Everyone, we have author Nedra Brown here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nedra Brown, and I'm a fiction author. I'm located in Charlottesville, Virginia, and I am currently working on book 2 of a trilogy series. I'm in school, I'm a mom, and I'm currently working towards a doctorate in psychology. And this is project 1 of hopefully many more to come.
Okay, and how long have you been writing?
I've been writing probably since the age of like 8 or 9.
And tell us about your book.
So my book is called The Diary of Janae Wilkerson, The Descendant of the Pharaohs. And this is book 1 of a trilogy series. And it's basically a fictional novel series that is a compilation of things. It kind of shares the Black experience. It has some Egyptian history, some mythology, and just a lot of fun fictional stuff. It's a really unique storyline about a young girl who she's growing up, she's going through adolescence and experiencing things like normal teenage girls do. And her brother learn that they are from a long line of descendants of Egyptian gods and goddesses, and they have supernatural powers. And so they start to kind of unfold a lot of secrets, a lot of family history they didn't know about, and they go on this journey to kind of find answers. And it's a really fun story. So.
Okay. And what inspired you to write this book?
So I've been kind of I've always been into like fictional stories and movies and everything since I was a child. And I grew up reading Harry Potter. I was obsessed with Harry Potter, probably like most people. And I love like the Narnia series and everything. But I kind of noticed that when I was reading these stories and kind of falling in love with them, there were never any characters that I felt like I could identify with. And so one day I was just sitting down and I was thinking about it. And then I just thought, well, maybe I should create something like that Black children could identify with. And so I just started writing, and the story kind of just unfolded on its own, basically.
Nice. And are you self-published?
So I work with a publisher named Naisha Davis. She has her own publishing company called Zaya Consulting. And it's more of like a small publishing company, Black owned. And so I went with her. I tried to find the right publisher I felt like would let me create the story and do it my way. And it was kind of becoming a hard thing to do, because I found people that were interested, but they're like, you got to change this or change that. And I just wanted to be able to do it my way. And when I met her, I kind of gave her the vision. And she never published a book like that before. She was mostly doing like Christian-based publications and self-help books. And I guess I just kind of pitched it to her the right way, because then she was just like, okay, I could work with this. And she let me do it my way. So I was like, okay. And ever since then, it's kind of just like, for now, I think I'm going to stay with her, because she kind of gives me that freedom to, create things the way that I want. And some of it is a little bit like pushing the envelope, but she's allowed it so far. So.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now talk to us about the cover.
So the cover, I kind of thought up myself. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But here we have Horus, we have Osiris, then we have Set, and we have Isis. And so at the top, we have all the gods, and these are the main gods in the book. And then here we have Janae, who is one of the main characters. And it's just a really interesting book. It's a compilation of a lot of fun things, a lot of history components, a lot of mythology components. And those are things I've always kind of been interested in. I kind of tried to combine a couple of things. It's some funny stuff, it's some sad stuff. It's some things that I think a lot of people will be able to identify with the Black Lives Matter movement, police brutality. And so it's really a congestion of a lot of things, some good, some that's going to kind of be like, oh, how did she do that? I like that. That's a little different. So I think people will really like the story. So far, I've been getting a lot of good feedback about it. So.
Okay, that's good. And tell us where we can purchase your book.
So right now, you can purchase the book on Amazon. You can purchase it on Google Play. It will be available on iTunes in about a week or two. You can also go to Niche Book Bar and purchase it there. The Nubian Bookstore in Morrow, Georgia has a few copies. And the King's Press, they have an outdoor bookstore. It's available there too. And it'll be available in a couple more stores in a few weeks.
Good. And how long did it take you to finish writing this book?
It took me about 4 months to write it.
Wow. That's not bad.
I think I could have done it a lot sooner if I didn't have so many other things going on, but I write pretty quick. this time I'm trying to pace myself out. The audiobook should be available in about 2 or 3 weeks. So I think people will be interested in that. A lot of people like to listen a lot of times instead of reading. So.
And did you record the audio?
No, I hired someone else to do it.
That's good. We love audiobooks too. And you know, it's funny because before I didn't like them, but now I find sometimes you just can't always sit down and read. So you like to listen to it on the go. So that's
I love to listen to it, especially when I can't sleep, because I struggle with insomnia because of my crazy work hours. So when I can't sleep, I will put an audiobook on and be lights out. So
And what do you hope readers take away from reading your book?
I really hope readers, especially Black readers, African-American children, just take away, you know, the foundation of what it is to be Black and what it means to be resilient and intelligent, and just know that, you know, we have all these stigmas in the world we've had since way back when our ancestors had to deal with about what we can be and what we can't be. And I just hope that African-American children read this book and take away from the strength in both of the characters, and just know that they can basically do anything they set their mind to. You know, don't let anybody try to, you know, stifle you based off of where you come from, what you've been through, what resources you have or don't have. And I hope that it basically inspires children to know, like, you know, life is really limitless. It's based on what you do. And, you know, that's basically what I want people to get from reading it.
Absolutely. And how do you think being a writer has helped you as a person?
I think it has helped me a lot because I'm generally like a really shy person. I do not do well with public speaking or anything.
I can't tell.
And this is my second interview. And usually when I'm talking, my voice gets to shaking like a stripper. Everything is just, you know, out of whack. I just can't do it. And I think this has kind of given me the courage to just kind of, you know, find my voice, own it and hold it, and just be okay with my presentation and not be fearful to kind of bring who I am to the forefront. And a lot of times that's been kind of hard for me in the past, you know, but I think this is kind of helping me kind of jump those hurdles a little bit. So
yeah, you're doing a great job. And tell us where we can find you on social media.
So you can find me on Facebook under my name, Nedra Brown. You can also find me on Instagram under I am Nedra Shantae, or you can find me at Face Off Cosmetics by Nedra B. And so those are all of my social media pages for now. Yes.
Okay. And do you have any tips out there for any aspiring authors?
I think the biggest tip is just do it. You know, I think God a lot of times puts a lot of creativity on our hearts, and we're scared and fearful about, you know, critics or, oh, I don't know if I can do it. But I think that if you have a dream or just a thought of writing something, write it, you know, and it's either a yes or a no. And a lot of times, even if it's a no, you just got to keep doing it because practice makes perfect, you know. So you got something you want to put out there, do it, you know, see how it turns out.
Yeah. And is there anything else that you would like to tell us about your books?
I think that's pretty much everything. I think I have another series that will be probably released in about June or July, give or take, depending on how it goes. And this is also going to be a trilogy series. Book one is called Illuminous, The Induction of Destruction. And it's a fun little story about a secret society that was cultivated after the fall of the slave culture and indentured servants. And it was created by a slave who kind of wanted to move Black culture forward and kind of progress Black people fast. And there's some fictional and supernatural stuff going on too. And so I think it's a little fun storyline. I think people will like it. I also have in the works, keep our fingers crossed, a contract that I'm getting reviewed right now with the entertainment company. And if all goes well, I'll be signing with them. And so the goal is to try to turn some of these publications into some pilots and see what happens. So everybody just stay posted and follow me on social media and just follow the journey and see what happens.
Well, thank you for joining me, and I wish you much continued success. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. And thank you for having this platform. This is great. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. That was author Nedra Brown telling us about her book. Make sure you go out and purchase a copy, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos below.